book of Revelation explained? Watch this.
All right, let's see it.
The book of Revelation, especially the first four horses of the apocalypse. The question is, why these four? Why these colors? There is information contained in the colors. God is not trying to confuse us, and He's not just throwing colors out there. There must be a rational justification for why He picked these four.
So two things to note here. First, the imagery that is used in apocalyptic literature does not always have a set significance, because part of the purpose is to allow the readership to engage with the text and create meaning on their own, which is one of the reasons that apocalyptic literature has life well beyond the actual circumstances and context of its composition, because the imagery is malleable and interpretively flexible. And so that's part of the appeal of this type of literature. So Revelation does not have a fixed meaning for all of these colors. However, there are rational explanations for what's going on here. And for the best discussion, I would highly recommend Craig Kester's Revelation volume in the Anchor Yale Bible Commentary series. And here are the 4 pages that discuss the horsemen of the apocalypse. And then you can also go into the textual commentary verse by verse and see what Craig has to say about the colors of the individual horses. But in short, what the author of Revelation is drawing on as inspiration are 2 passages from the book of Zechariah, Zechariah 1 and Zechariah 6, where we have these stories about riders and then chariots being pulled by horses, and they are white, black, red, and then speckled or spotted or something like that. And so the only change in Revelation is that the speckled or spotted horse is now a light yellowish pale green color, a kind of sickly pallor, and there the rider is death. So obviously the color is meant to represent a pale, sickly, dying pallor. And then the white horse is representative of conquest and victory, because you had emperors and others who were successful in battle who would ride victoriously on white horses. The black horse is representative of an ominous future for the economy, where prices are all going to get out of whack. They have the scales of commerce in their hands. And then the red horse represents bloodshed. And obviously that is associated with both conquest and what's going to happen with the economy. So we already know what's going on with these colors. The scholarship has been more or less in agreement about what the author was trying to get at for quite some time. The only question is, how are later readers going to renegotiate what's going on in the text and adapt it to their own circumstances so they can create meaning with the text? And that's what's going to go on in the rest of this video.
Take a look at your screen. What do you see? Here's the symbol, the national symbol of next door neighbor to Israel, Jordan. What colors do you see? Can you help me here? White, red, black, and green. And then if you go next door, inside the territory of Israel, there is the Palestinian, symbolized by that flag. What colors do you see on the national flag of Sudan? Let's go to Kuwait. Let's go to the United Arab Emirates. What colors do you see? All right, well, let's just go to Libya, because it could just be coincidence here. Okay, let's go to Afghanistan. What do you see? Let's go to Syria. What do you see? Let's go to Iraq. What do you see? I wonder if God has successfully communicated something.
This is not God communicating anything. This is bad faith actors reading their own identity politics into the text so that it can be leveraged as a rhetorical bludgeon against those identities that these bad faith actors hate. And there are a few different reasons that we know this. For instance, the colors don't actually line up. The green that is described in Revelation is a yellow-tinged, very light, sickly green color. It is not the rich green on these flags. And the colors on these flags actually already have significance. They signify purity, peace, struggle, and the land and its prosperity. And so the attempts to try to suggest that the flags that have these 4 colors on them are in some sense representative of the apocalypse is just an attempt to demonize majority Islam countries, and not even all of them, but just the ones that have these colors on their flags, which are associated with Northern Africa and West Asia. So this is just petty and naive bigotry. It has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with what the author of Revelation was trying to do with this imagery, and the folks who are responsible for spreading this brainless hatred need to grow the hell up.
It's
God has put it right in front of us. How easy was that to understand that there's a purpose behind each color, to understand what's really going to happen and or happening now.
None of the book of Revelation has anything at all to do with what's happening now or what's going to happen in the future. And trying to misappropriate the imagery that's in the book of Revelation to demonize other groups and to try to make predictions about the end of the world being imminent not only causes a great deal of anxiety, it also causes a great deal of misunderstanding and hatred. Stop doing it.
God does it so simplicity.
Yes, very simplicity, much juvenile.
Sometimes it's just harder for us to see the simple truth in the Word. And if you receive that, I want you to type amen and share this with a friend.
No, I'm good. And the fit for this video has been Wolverine.